Hello, my name is Billy and I am a student in Set 2B. Today I'll be demonstrating how my assignment 3 and how it was hosted on Netlify and the functionalities that have been implemented using the Pokemon API. So let's get started. Let's see. So from how I was able to implement it it's based off of the Pokedex API here, where Poke API, where we can actually where all the information or API data is basically pipelined in through the Pokemon API here. And if we go back to my webpage, so here I have it hosted, where it should be able to show every single card or modal for every single Pokemon that exists thus far. And thus far, right now, it's only 810, so that's why we have 810 right here. As of to date from the Pokemon API. So here we demonstrate how I've demonstrated where, based on the submission guidelines, we're supposed to have highlighted page number for the buttons, and as we can see here, if you click next, as long as we're not on the first page, we'll have a previous button, and so forth, and it will always have a next button until, let's say, if we go to the last page would be on the 81st, I believe. So we go all the way to the end. So if we go all the way to the very end, we will see that once at the very last page, there will be no next button, as that is removed because that is the last page that you can access. And if you go to the previous one, you'll have a next button and the previous button. And here I will also demonstrate where we can apply filters to filter through different types of Pokemon. So as you can see here, if we click onto a modal, for example, we would be able to see, using the Pokemon API, we'll have an image parsed in through the Pokemon API onto the modal card, as well as the types and all the stats and abilities that we can see of the Pokemon. And so if we go here, let's say, for example, I want to find a rock. I want to find a rock and a bug type, two types of Pokemon, for example, dual type Pokemon, for example. I applied the filters. And as you can see here, it will return us a page of all the types of Pokemon that are both bug and rock. And if we look in here, for example, we click onto one of the modals, we can see that the types are bug and rock, and so forth. And this is also an example here, bug and rock type for this Pokemon type. And as we can see here, you have the Pokemon name as parsed from the Pokemon API. You got the Pokemon name and the Pokemon number. And if we want to find a single type, let's say, for example, clear this, I click on, let's say, for example, I want to find a psychic type, or if I want to find only dragon types, I apply the filters. And as we can see here, there's 10 of 45, so that means there are 45 total dragon types in the Pokedex as of right now. And the same thing here is same functionality here is where if we click into this, we can see, click on one of the modals, we can see the image of the Pokemon as well as the name and this number and the dragon type and the type. And as we can see here, it's a dragon type, which is correct. And that's about it. And if we shift over to the pages, as we see here, we move forward. You have 5 pages at maximum when we're out with that. When the current page is greater than the first and less than the last one. And then as you can see here on the very last page, there's only 5 Pokemon here. And if we go forward, you can't go any further. Yeah. So, and that concludes my demonstration. Thank you very much.